Cassie Haley again here with Chris McCray. He is the transportation manager for the Pawnee Nation. But Chris, actually, that is not your full title. Will you tell me a little bit more about your role?
Yeah, so I am the transportation manager, but for these projects that we're doing here at the Pawnee Nation, I'm also the project leader. So the concept that we're doing here at the Pawnee Nation, we've been using the CMGC process. CMGC is a construction manager, general contractor. It's a contracting method, construction method that's being pushed right now by federal highways. We first got into this actually last April. We had Ken Atkins with Federal Highways come down and give us a class. And then from April to now, we've just been rolling with 13 different projects that we've been doing. It's been pretty fast paced, but it's been a great concept. It's been very cost effective. Definitely saved a lot of time on doing these projects. So it's been great.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's been fast and furious. So as far as this particular project is concerned, can you give me a little bit of background?
Sure. So I was given a presentation on CMGC at the Tribal Transportation National Conference in Montana, where I met Andy with Premier Steel and seen his concept and what they did with the Muskogee Creek Nation. From there, we started discussing our project here at the Pawnee Nation campgrounds and what we was trying to do with the pedestrian bridge. So once we got back to Oklahoma, we invited him over. We looked at the site, and basically in 2.5 months, 3 months, we're here now doing construction of a bridge.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's happening right behind us right now. It's amazing. Okay, so you mentioned about the new program, and I'm going to say it wrong. Construction management general contractor. Okay, what makes that this new program so innovative?
So CMGC is a process where you have an engineering team, you have a construction management team, and then you have what you call an ICE, an independent cost estimator. They're basically your quality control, and then you have the owner, which is the Pawnee Nation. We all sit down at the table. We design the project. We go over it. We go over risk reductions. We go over the costs. So from conception to construction is very fast-paced. Everybody's involved. You can literally basically draw on a piece of paper one day, engineer sign off on it, construction manager run some numbers, ICE verify, go to construction. So it's very, very fast, very cost-effective.
So how did you come across Premier Steel, and how did this relationship begin?
So again, at the National Tribal Transportation Conference, met Andy, heard about what the Muskogee Creek Nation was doing, and from there we began talking, and we're here now. So I mean, pretty quick process.
Absolutely. Okay, so just in your opinion, what is the significance of this bridge?
Oh wow, the significance, it's very, for being down here at the campgrounds, it means a lot. A lot of some ceremonial things happen down here at the campgrounds. So to have this bridge here and the innovative design and the way it's being built, it's a testament to what the Pawnee Nation is trying to do, being innovative and culturally sensitive.
Well, best of luck to you, Chris, thank you for joining us here and having us out.
Thank you.
All right. I am extremely honored right now to be standing with the president of the Pawnee Nation, Mr. James Whiteshirt. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you just start by talking to us about the history of the Pawnee Nation?
Sure. There is a lot of history here on the reservation. To tell you about it would take all day and then some.
Of course.
However, these grounds here, they are very sacred to us. We have ceremonial dances here. We have church services here. We have honor dances, memorial dances. These grounds are a part of our culture. They're part of us, and that's how we see it, and that's the way it's going to be for many more years to come. This project that Chris brought to the nation, it's a part of modernizing our Indian country, so to speak. And if it wasn't for Chris, I mean, he's one of our to-go guys, and he's irreplaceable as far as I'm concerned. And I hope that Chris will do many more productive things for our tribe.
Yes. So with the fitness trails in particular, where this bridge is going in, are these open to the public, or is it tribal only?
Yes, ma'am. It's open to the public, and there's a good safety factor involved here with the elders and especially the children that use the walking trail. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of safety with this bridge, and from what I understand, for many decades to come.
Now, there is an actual dance arbor here on the campgrounds as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me, do you have certain times a year that dances are held, or can you tell me some
Yes,
background there?
Throughout the year, we have our ceremonial dances here. Like I say, memorial, veterans dances. It's just being utilized all throughout the year with different types of ceremonies.
Yeah, that's wonderful, and I'm sure this bridge behind us being built is only going to add to that culture.
Yes, it will.
Well, we'll enjoy watching it the rest of the day, and thank you for being here and joining us.
You're very welcome.
Hello, my next very special guest out here today is Muriel Bobedeaux. She is the Executive Director for the Pawnee Nation. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Muriel, could you tell me what the significance of this bridge is for the Pawnee Nation?
Oh, the significance, a lot of it was so that our people would have access from our ceremonial campgrounds over to the trail that we also built, but also too it provides them access to get to the new health center too that was built several years ago, and we have developed a wellness program which brought about the trail, and so it gives them more of an area to walk in, and for the children and everything, so that people can become more active. Not like it used to be when I grew up out here.
Right.
We used to swing across the creek.
Which is probably a lot of fun, but maybe a little dangerous.
A little dangerous. So, and I can't do that anymore. So the bridge is the better option. And seeing it built this way, I think it's great. I mean, I'm used to seeing them take a lot of time in order to build them, and I think this is going to be a great way to go for the future.
After today, all the parts of the complex will be connected by this bridge that you just mentioned. How's that going to make you feel?
Oh, I think it's great. I've seen this tribal reserve grow significantly in the last 20 years, and there's been a lot of new buildings built, a lot of renovations done. The changes here at the ceremonial campgrounds even. It's no longer the brush arbor that I grew up with that actually was built after I graduated from high school. And so it has come a long ways.
Yes.
And I think our people will enjoy the access, and I think they'll take advantage of the ability to be able to get to the walking trails and things like that. And you see children out here a lot with their parents already. And say, less in the last 5 years, the number of people that actually use the tribal area for walking, running, even biking. And we also have a disc golf course out here too. So, and it actually comes close, it borders on this. So there's a lot of activities out here that this is just going to enhance even more.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for all your work for the Pawnee Nation, and I'm sure that this is just the first of a lot of growth here.
Yes, it's taken a lot of planning, and nothing happens overnight, except I think this is going to happen in one day, which is great. But like I said, nothing happens overnight. It's taken a lot of planning to get us to this point.
Yes.
But a lot of good has come out of it in the past few years, and this is going to enhance what we've been able to do so far.
Yes. Well, thank you for having us out. We've really enjoyed talking to you.
Yes, no problem. Thank you.
I'm joined now by Reva Howell. Reva, thank you for joining me.
Good morning.
You also work for the Pawnee Nation. Will you please describe your role to me?
Yes, I am the ICDBG coordinator for the Pawnee Nation. ICDBG stands for Indian Community Development Block Grant, and I essentially coordinate all the efforts that goes into writing the grant, funding the grant, and then implementing all the objectives in the grant, which is usually the projects, what you see right here behind us right now. This grant is funded by HUD, and they do a lot of community block grants and give opportunities to Native Americans, such as our small tribes that are able to address the LMI, the low to moderate income communities.
Okay.
So this project is, funded by HUD and by some leveraging funds by the Pawnee Nation.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the local and tribal economy. This was funded largely through a grant. Were you able to utilize any local vendors or natives?
Through the CMG process, one of the most interesting aspects is that we, part of the contract, we were able to ask that be used in our communities, that we put our local people to work through utilization of TARA, which is the Tribal Employment Right Office, through their labor pool. And then we are also able to ask that, we wanted to keep our monies in the community as much as possible by offering them first shot at anything that we're doing out here. So we were able to localize, use local concrete vendors, or of course our True Value and other vendors that are able to help out here.
Okay, that's great. So there's clearly a healthy economic impact, but tell me, how do you feel like this is going to culturally impact the tribe?
Well, this whole thing, it's not just a bridge, it's our campgrounds and everything, and this is kind of like where most of our ceremonies happen. We have a lot of ceremonies that are kind of dateless, that we don't know when they actually started and everything. And then we also have our Native American church meetings out here. So I know this area really needed the upgrade because of the facilities that we were using were outdated and everything. And we were able to get permanent structures on here because, some of our traditions are, we're just not able to carry them on anymore, like cutting wood and stuff like that and putting willows on our arbor and stuff. So the community spoke about these things, and we were able to provide them a more permanent, more maintenance-free area for them to commune at and everything. So, and these campgrounds have been around since the late 70s, and it doesn't seem that long ago, but, upkeeping them is a big task.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me how this particular project truly came about.
Well, our ICDBG grants are based upon community needs and input. And so through community surveys and community meetings, and then working with our Pawnee Business Council and their input, this is how this kind of derived. There was a need that our community said that this place needed the renovation and update, and so this is why it's basically driven by the community. So through their input, we're able to provide hopefully everything that they wished for, of course, within our budgets and stuff that they needed and wanted from our Pawnee Nation to the community.
Can I just mention real quick that I think I know what the most difficult part of your role is? May I?
Yes.
Learning all those acronyms. It's so difficult to keep them straight.
Yes, when I first started, I had a little trouble even saying my own position, but I had to learn it pretty quickly. But, being able to work as a team through different programs, through different divisions across our Pawnee Nation has kind of helped that. We partnered with P&DA on most of our projects that I have completed and done here on the Pawnee Nation, and worked with our property management crew. It's just working together and being able to really kind of understand what they're doing so I can understand what I'm doing and better serve our community in that aspect.
Well, excellent work. You should be so proud and anxious to see how this helps the community. Thanks for having us out.
Thank you.